It's a beautiful morning. Good morning, everybody. Today's video is going to be a trail ride with ChiChi and I. Caught my ChiChi with her fancy new fly mask. And we're going to head down to the barn. We're going to get her groomed and tacked up, and then we're going to load her on the trailer, and we're going over to the reservoir that's about 12 minutes from our farm. It's a beautiful, beautiful space with tons and tons of trails. It's nice to get the horses off the farm because it strengthens your connection. So if you're a horse person and you're doing a lot of riding on your own farm, or maybe where you're boarding, if you're able to get off the farm, you should consider it, because it really does help with, like I said, that connection. And it's just fun to get off the farm. So we're gonna head down to the barn and get her ready, and we'll head on out. So glad you're along for the ride, and I hope you enjoy the video. These are awesome. Fly spray, give it a couple pumps, and then you can just get yourself one. Go over to Pretty Boy, I always tack up before I leave, and I load my horses already tacked. That's a personal preference because I'm by myself, and if I'm over there and my horse is tied to a trailer and I'm tacking them up, it's just more time that I feel like I'm vulnerable. So I like to do all that here. Plus it allows me to make sure that everything's good when I'm still home, versus if I get over there and find out I tack up and there's something that's not right. It's just one less thing I have to worry about. Where are you going? The other thing is, as much as I love ChiChi's really fancy, pretty halter, it is not a breakaway. I do not ever recommend hauling where you're tying your horse without a breakaway halter. Things can happen, and you want them to be able to get out of their halter if they need to. So we're going to take her old halter, and that'll just be what we tie her in the trailer with. We snug up the saddle to where it's just not going to move, but we don't need her to be all the way as tight as when you're riding, because, you know, she's going to be in the trailer for a few minutes, and it's just mean. Well, I think it's mean. Okay, so I think we're ready. Everything's in the trailer except for her, so we'll go ahead and get her loaded and head on our way. All right, so I do put their fly masks back on when I put them in the trailer. Just because I ride with my windows open on my trailer, and that way if anything comes in the trailer windows, it won't affect my horse, maybe hit him in the eye. So that's just something I do. It doesn't mean it has to be done, just thought I'd share it with you. So let's get you set up, and we'll get her loaded and get out of here. always check my tire pressure before I leave. And once I hook up the trailer, I always check my lights and my brakes and make sure everything is like working as far as being connected, because you don't want that your trailer not to be connected properly. So this is my first trip over to Pretty Boy. I haven't been over there since the very beginning of last year because for those of you who have been following the channel, I broke my arm, my humerus, in early summer. So that kind of eliminated a lot of my opportunities to ride, at least to trailer over and ride off farm. So it's my first trip over and I'm really excited. So happy you guys are along. So we'll see you when we get over there. We'll be there in like 10 minutes. I was just thinking, maybe you guys could contribute a little to the channel. Like, what do you guys do to unwind? So, you know, I work with my horses. That's my job, is I work with my horses and help people that, mostly people with special needs, developmental disabilities, but I also help people that don't have that. So I'm with my horses all the time, but it's work. So getting off the farm and doing something like this is how I unwind. So how do you guys unwind? Do you like have something special that you do? Especially my horse friends. What do you guys do? And even my non-horsey friends, what do you guys do? Because I do think it's really important to do what you love what you do, but then also to make time for you. So it's great if you're helping others, but you have to help yourself too sometimes. So anyway, drop a comment down below if you are so inclined, and just let me know. I'd be interested to know what you guys do. So anyway, yeah. All right, we're here. I got my favorite parking spot, which I'm really happy. Kind of like right off the road, but it's on. I'm facing the right way to get out, and I don't have to do a turnaround when we come back. So let's go ahead and get Miss ChiChi unloaded and head on out. Oh, I lost. She pooped in the trailer. Whoever's horse poops in the trailer loses. But I'm by myself. So what does that mean? I always bring a little snack bag of hay. Well, we won't be standing here very long, but I figure... Scratch your nose? Scratch your nose? Scratch on your nose? Alright, so ChiChi got a little tiny boo-boo in the trailer. Actually, I think she had a little bit of a sunburn spot on her nose. And then I think she was rubbing, and she rubbed that off. And so I had to just quickly doctor it. I always have a first aid kit in my trailer. It just has basics: gauze, antibiotic ointment, gloves, things that you can use in a pinch, some vet wrap. So with this, I just wiped it to make sure it was kind of clean, and then I put some antibiotic ointment on it, leave it. When we get home, I'll put even more medicine on it. But it's just a little tiny, she basically like skinned her nose, but she's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and take off the halter and all that, lock up the trailer, and then hit the trail. Some of you may be wondering how I get on a horse. It's her size. She's pretty big. Sorry, it's true. At my age. I use this. I don't know if you can see it. You see that stool thing? It's like a upside down bucket. It's amazing. It's from IKEA, and it's awesome. Lightweight. Anyway, we're heading out now, so here we go. The very beginning of this trail it's not super steep, but it's pretty steep. And ChiChi hasn't been doing a lot of work, not like strenuous work, so kind of letting her take her time. If she needs to stop and take a break, I'm letting her, because it's just like when we get back into an exercise routine, the first few times can be a little bit challenging. And so we just want to build up her cardiovascular. And so when she needs to take a break, we let her. She hasn't taken a break yet, but I have a feeling one's coming. She's doing a great job so far, though. All right, we only took one little break, and I think it was more because she thought she heard something. I like that trail, but that trail on the way out is almost all downhill, which means on the way back, it's almost all uphill. And that would at this point be just cruel to ask her to do that, because she's just not in that kind of shape. So we don't want that. We want it to be pleasant for her as well. And right now my biggest challenge is she wants to eat everything. So we're working on that, but that's okay. Yeah. You see that people are watching this, right? You don't even care, do you? No. Yeah. Oh, you don't like that one. Is that not a good treat? It's like, that's tasty, that's tasty. I love how my horses always turn like sideways on the trail to go to the bathroom. They're so polite. See, they won't go on the trail. They go off the trail, which is awesome. Uh-oh. Geese. They are not friendly. So hopefully they won't come after us. What do you think, ChiChi? She says, I think they sound upset. I don't see any little goslings. Hope there's no little goslings, because the snapping turtles will probably get them. What do you think, ChiChi? She says, I think they're shady. Good girl. Good girl. It's always nice to come back and see that your truck and trailer are still there. Not gonna lie, I worry about that sometimes. I mean, everything's locked, but you know, you never know. Let's show them your mad skills, Pookie. Now we gotta go around this little spot right here. A little tight spot here. Pay attention. Don't eat that. Oh my God, I think that's poison ivy. Don't want to eat that. Good job.
Motorcycle. Say motorcycle.
Alright, so we got her all loaded up and we're heading home. What a great ride. She was wonderful. She did try to eat a lot, but it's kind of to be expected. And we saw a bunch of motorcyclists and she didn't flinch, which I wouldn't expect her to. She's rocking and rolling back there. You can't feel it, but she's moving the trailer. So we're gonna head out and we'll see you when we get home. Yay! Thank you. Good girl. Good girl. Girl. Oh, all right. That was a great trip. So great. So I'm just going to untack her now. There's really nothing to see with that. It's just a reverse of what I already did. And then I'm going to turn her out. So maybe I'll get a little bit of video of her getting turned out. Because she's probably going to take off up the hill to tell her friends that she's back. All right.